You just want your hands hanging like this. There you go. That's it. Do a practice swing. So do a pressing for me. That might be a hair short. So your club hip's right here. All right. Mm-hmm. More here. You want to get to here if you're like. Now swing forward. Freeze. There you go. So it's not so far here, right? It's more like this. Hold on. Restart, restart, restart. If your feet are moving in your backswing, no bueno. There you go. Here. Now swing. Freeze.
That?
Yep. Gotta sweep the ground. So in that swing, you did this. You were here, right? Stayed down on it. Better. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Here. Not there.
Higher?
Here. Yep. Now swing. Good. Fantastic.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. Good. See how it's getting that sweep? You can feel the bottom of the club actually kind of kicking the mat a little bit. That's the feel you're looking for right there. Okay. Bunch of balance. You started the club here and you hit it there, right? So the number one thing you gotta learn to do is, if I do my practice swing right here, scoot back a little bit. There you go. I want it to sweep here and forward. Don't move the ball. Don't move the ball. Do your practice swing. The ball's hot lava. If you touch it, you catch on fire. Okay. Put a little more weight this way. Good. Now swing. Freeze. You're grunting. You're squeezing too tight. Relax the arms and hands. No reason to grunt while swinging the club. Right to there. Good. And swing. Good. All right. Put the ball up there. I know. You'll get it, though. You're still warming up. Try it again. Mm-hmm. The grip takes a while. Good. So right now, take a look. You were like that, yeah? The ball's got to sit in the middle of these red lines right there. Club's going to sit more like that. You're going to go more here. Relax your knees a hair. There you go, right there. You want to feel like 10% more weight's over here. Good. Better finish. Good. A little behind it on the sweep, but that was a good swing. Hold on. So see how your club, see how the ball's right here in front of that line, and your hands are behind that line? They need to be over it. Not back there, but more right to here. Go. Open the hands a little bit. No sweep. So if you bring the club back here, it's going to be really hard to sweep the ground. We want to keep the hands out here more. Mm-hmm. Yep. So when you get to the top of your swing, see this stick right here? You want to feel that your left arm is in line with it or parallel to it, okay?
Yeah.
Did you give yourself a little school tattoo today? What class? Two. What's the other one? You got that one. So hold on, take this off for a second. Give me that guy. Put it in your fingertips. And your palm goes on top. You don't want it, hold on a second. You don't want to see it like that. So if I'm looking here, I don't want to see the top of the club. So put it in the fingertips and wrap the palm on top. More, hold on, Turbo, like that. There you go. Yep. Get closer to it. Get closer to the ball. There you go. Good. Almost. Almost. Try it again. Good. Yeah, don't look into it. It'll make it worse. That's why you always see golfers wearing hats. Well, on the course at least. Good. Better motion. Club might be a hair short for you, but I don't know what club we used last week, and I think this is gonna be really long. I know. When you gamble with rental clubs, I don't know what's gonna be left in that bed. You gotta talk to your parents about that one. You can even like honestly, you can go on. If you really wanted to be just kind of safer on it, you go to like the Goodwill store. They have beat up old clubs, or you can just go Amazon and get like a 7-set starter, 5-person starter, a couple $100.
Okay.
It depends on how serious he wants to get about
I
it.
think this is really supposed to try. Yes.
Speed dial. Well, by the time you get a phone, you won't even have to dial anything. You'll just think it. You have a phone already? Jeez. I didn't get a phone until I was 16. So back in the day, what a dial was, it was a radio, and you had to press it and watch it go back, and press it and watch it go back. Get a little closer. Hold on. Restart. Start from the bottom. If you're like this, you're too far. I want you just kind of here. Yep, like that. There you go. And sweep. Better. Still hitting behind it a little bit. So when you do your sweeps, okay, make sure your sweep is here and forward. Don't hit behind here. If you hit behind here, you're going to hit the ground, bend the ball. We want to hit here and have it sweep forward. So your sweep should be here, okay? Oh man, you don't even know what a phone cord is. You can run across the room, your parents hang you by a phone cord. You're not paying attention. The 50-foot ones. Oh, the good old days. Relax your knees a little bit. Relax your knees. So you're kind of like this. There you go. Good. That was a great swing right there. Well, it's always easier to make a swing when there is no ball. The trick is, can you make a good swing and let the ball get in the way and not try to hit the ball, right? Hitting the ball will change what you do. Let the ball get in the way of your swing. Almost. Good swing, you just were in a good position, and then you scoop the ball forward and just stood up too much, right? It's a fine line. So you want to be more right here, like you're bowing a little bit, and let everything just hang. Good. Scoop back a little bit, tiny bit. Good. Let's go. Big backswing and then swing through. Smooth back, sweep it, freeze. There you go. Good. Much better. Leveling up right now. The goal is, can you do it 2 or 3 times in a row? Video game vibes. I wish you could experience what real golf video games were like when I was your age. They were boring. And now they're fun because you hit the ball like 400 yards. You ever played Golden Tee? It's that golf video game with the ball, and you have to. Oh, it's a fun game. There it is. Great swing. Woof. That was better than anything you've ever hit. Well, if you get 2 this time, that means you're leveled up. 2 in a row. You know what the secret is of that? The same process every single time. Be consistent. Do you feel far from it? Do you feel like you're reaching? I'm just asking. Good. Same thing. Yep. So you tried harder on that swing, didn't you? Right? So everything, so you got to figure out how can I do something the same way every single time. Where'd you sweep? Oh, so here's the fun part about golf. Here's the fun part about golf. If you're on the course and you swing and you miss it, guess what? It counts. It's a fun sport. Fun rules. One of the old rules used to be if you hit a golf ball, it hits a tree, and then it hits you, that's a penalty. Oh, trust me, it's possible. All sorts of things are possible in golf you wouldn't think. Good swing. Wow, there's two. You're now better than you were last time. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, on that one, what happened? Did we sweep the ground? Perfect, right? We hit the ball off the toe. Yep. So what you did, go ahead and set up real quick. The club started here, and then you stood up and sucked the club into there, and you hit it right there, right?
Yeah.
So you did this, right? We got to stay more in this position here. So hold on. Right now you're backing with like this, right? Spring your hand straight across the red line, right? Don't pick it up so much, okay? So let's drag the club straight back this way more, right? Strike one. Find that sweep. If you miss it 3 times in a row, I have a rule. It requires 10 push-ups. It's a good rule. Almost. No sweep. Try a practice swing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ball right here. So I'm going to put the ball right here. You're not going to move the ball. But you're going to do a practice swing right here real quick. And then you're going to step into the ball and hit it, okay? So smooth up. Find your sweep. Nope. Try it again. You need to feel more here. Now swing. Gotta hit the ground more, right? One more time. Here. Now swing. Definitely hit the ground, right? Smooth sweep stick. So you got grip, posture, stance we learned last time. Don't get all hunchy. There you go. And smooth up. Sweep the ground. Freeze. Good. Good swing. Now, I'm going to show you something about the club. See that giant metal thing on the end of it right there? It's called the club head. The club head has a club face, right? The club face, the club also has a toe and a heel. But when you set up, see this line, the ball line between your feet? You want that club matching that line. You always like to set up that like that. When you hit it well, which way does your ball always go? Guess where your club's always pointing, right? So you want the club to sit more like that, okay?
Yeah.
Instead of like
Yeah,
this.
because you told me to like do it till like over the line.
Just a like micro amount, like that's even way too much. So if we're here, go ahead and get into your setup. Get your stance set. Good. So we want to do more like this, okay, instead of over there so much, okay? That's why I sit exactly where I sit.
Yeah.
It's not my first rodeo.
He wants to go right.
Well, hold on.
Go
So,
right.
yep, there you go. Now scoot back a little bit. Good. Hands this way a little bit. There you go. Right there's perfect. Okay. Almost. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard are you gripping that club?
Probably 6 or 7.
We got to keep it at a 3, right? We want to hold it just enough so the club doesn't slide or slip out of our hands or slip in our hands, and definitely so we don't let go of it. I've seen that happen once in my life. It was quite interesting. I was sitting here, kid swung, and it flew that way. He let go of it and just flew it that way. Yeah.
Did it hit anybody in the head?
No, he was very lucky no one was back there, but it was. I was trying to get the sternest with a kid I've ever been. I'm like, I have never seen that in my life. And I'm not a stern guy.
How does it even happen? Hold on.
I don't know. When you got a piece of rubber in your hands, I don't see how that thing can slip, but it does happen. I
That's
mean,
pretty hard. I mean, if I'm like gripping it,
like I said, you can just hold on to it like it's a baby bird or a puppy, and it still won't go anywhere. But if you death grip it, right, it will tend to want to do this a lot and get stuck open. Yep.
I'm gonna try and let go. So I'm not gonna try to let go, but I have baby grip.
Yep, just soft and relax, right? Just hold it like it's a puppy. It'll allow the arms to relax more.
That's way better.
Now find your sweep, right? So let's try not to stand up as you swing. Good. Perfect.
Baby bird.
Baby bird. Who said that? It was Harry Vardon in The Greatest Game Ever Played. It's a Disney golf movie. It's got Shia LaBeouf in it. The guy from Transformers. You ready? Right to there. Good.
Baby bird.
Smooth up. Sweep the ground. Freeze. Good motion. Didn't sweep the ground though. Same thing.
My train's up, I swear.
It's natural to do that. It takes time to
Not do
be
that.
correct. Better. Now I'll give you a little trick. So see how I can see the top of your club?
Yeah.
If you open your hands, now come back. No, yep. Put it in your fingertips. Now put your hand on top of the club, but thumb down the middle, like we talked about. Now, when you grip it, say, look, I can't see your palm, I can't see your grip anymore, right? That's how it should be. If it's like this, high chance it's gonna go that way. It's called a weak grip. You want a strong grip, okay?
Like this, and then pointing it, look.
You can already tell it wants to shut, yeah?
Yeah.
Straighter already, right?
Yes.
And all we did was move the hands over just a little bit. Wasn't that big of a deal.
Try again.
All right, same thing.
See if it's straight again.
Make sure your setup's good. Yep. A little chubby. Show me a good sweep. Good. So there. Right about here. Good. Smooth up. Sweep it. Freeze. Good. Better. Good motion. Good. Hold on. Check that grip. You always have to go through GPS again, right? Till you own it. Remember GPS? What does it stand for?
Grip, posture, stance.
Boom. So we got to make sure you're doing that every single time. Yep. Almost.
You're right there.
Little thin means we didn't swallow. Wait a second. So So do a practice swing. Good. Now, can I see your grip? It's because you didn't restart from here, right? So once you go right to here, go grip. Then bow in to set your posture once your grip's good. Don't merge the two. Now set your posture, then set your stance. See, now look, your grip's perfect, right? The reason you have to have a good process is so that when you out are playing golf, especially competitively one day, you don't want to have to think about all this. You want it to be a habit. You know what a habit is? It's what?
Can't stop doing it.
Well, it's one way. A habit is something exactly something you do without thinking. Could be a good habit, could be a bad habit. We all have them. Almost. Try it again. But the sooner, I'll show you. Sit right over there if I'm going to show you that thing. So if I'm doing, scoot over that way just a little bit. I don't shank it, but I don't want. So the rule of thumb is whenever you're watching, always be behind the person hitting a golf ball. I really don't shank it, but if I did, it'd go that way. So if you're back there, you'll be safe. You're fine where you're at, right? So I don't want to think about all my grip, posture, stance. I can just get into it, right? Right? So every time I hit a ball, I go through the same process I'm teaching you. Okay? But you'll notice, so I can tell you everything about this, right? So if I was going to tell you, all right, my feet are close together, so I get tall posture, my grip's here, so my hand's on top. I can put in front of me, make the finger gun, wrap it around top, forward bend into it, so my hands are hanging low, set my stance, a little more weight by front foot, shoulder turn, hip turn, and freeze. That's a lot to think about, right? We don't need to think about that. I can hit the ball over the fence. Yes. Will I do it? No. It'll take like 20 balls to warm up. I do it once a month. I used to do it all the time as a kid, and then I just turned 40. So my goal is if I can do it once a month, I'm fine. Right? So, but the thing is, I want to make sure that all of that information goes out the door, and it's more just kind of like,
Wait, like the back fence?
see those trees? I can hit those trees. Right? Again, so take a look. I want you to understand. 200 yards is where that cart's at. It's about 300 of the trees, probably. 3 football fields. All right, but take a look. So my habit with the grip, posture, stance really should just kind of be 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then it's smooth, sweep, stick. So that was no sweep. No, that's not going over. It's not going to go over with this club, no way. He's not getting it over. You'll know. It's a sound you'll hear. It's definitely louder than most. Right? So if I want to fix that sweep, there it is. See the trajectory difference? The sound's different, right?
What does it sound like?
It's a big, long club, and it sounds like a whoosh. One day I'll do it for you. Not today. I have to get warmed up for that. I'm not warmed up. I just got out of the gym. Okay. So good. All that conversation meant was make sure you go through your process, though. Good motion. What grade are you in? 6th. So, are you trying to play golf in high school?
Actually, I have a golf club
At school? Oh, really? What school do you go to?
Dwyer.
Dwyer does have a golf club.
101. I have my hands straight.
Number one thing is a sweep. So, got to get that sweep dialed in, right? So show me one good sweep and stick. Grab a ball, right? So just like you're on the course, right? The ball's here. It's hot lava. You can't touch it. If you touch the ball on the course and it moves, it's a penalty. Okay? But let's step on back. Show me your grip. Start from grip. Yep. Because I can, so take a look. Get it in your fingertips, not your palm. Fingertips. And wrap your palm on top. There you go. Then set your posture. Good. Now make your practice swing. Relax those knees. They look a little locked. Good. Smooth. gotta do your practice swing. You're playing hockey now. I know. So remember, you can't touch the ball. Why can't you touch the ball? It's hot lava. If you touch it on the course, it's a penalty. You got to move yourself around the ball. Find your sweep. One good sweep, then hit a ball. Better. Now, since I moved the ball, you can put it there. Now scoop back. Better. Straighter. No sweep, right? The hardest thing for you to learn to do right now is going to be sweep and stick, right? Have that sticky freeze finish. Mm-hmm. Very good. Better. Hit halfway up the ball though, right? Kind of a firmer feeling in the hands. All right. So again, I'm going to kind of show you. Right over here for a second. So if the ball's set here, okay, I'm going to go grip, posture, stance, right? Smooth, sweep, stick. So you can tell it hit right there, didn't it? Okay, not back here, not way over there, right middle of the ball and go. Once I did that, I'm not going to touch the ball because I want to build good habits. One other thing you do on the course, if you do it, your friends are going to be like, oh, penalty. Especially if they're trying to beat you for money, right? So you can set on up, put the club behind the ball just like we did. So notice how I did grip, posture, and I moved myself into the ball and then I set my stance. That's going to allow you to move better, right? If I do all this and set my stance and then I duck walk into it, I'm just going to look kind of funny, right? So as I'm doing it, grip, posture, I'm going to set it in there and then I'll set my stance and I'll make my swing. It's fun hitting a tiny club. So now you're playing with your grip, right? You're playing with your grip. We've got to back out and try it again. Okay, so now restart. Because yep, do it all from there. Then set it in there when you're ready. Now set your stance again. Good. Now make your swing. Better. Right? So if all of a sudden you set up and you're over the ball, you're like, I don't like my grip, back out and do it again. Because when you're hitting a golf ball, when you want to be athletic, you don't want to think about what you're doing. What sports do you play outside of golf? Nothing? You ever shoot a hoop? You ever make a basket before, throw a baseball?
I've done that, but
Okay, so when you throw a baseball, do you think about how to throw a baseball or you just throw it?
catch,
If I said here, catch, and you can catch that, that's a bad throw, so watch. If I say catch, are you gonna think about catch it, how you're gonna catch it, where it's gonna land, or you just do it? Right, it's reaction. Same thing in golf. If you wanna be good at hitting a golf ball, you can't be over the ball thinking about everything. Even though you will be for a while, that's the whole purpose of training your practice swing. Your goal in golf is to react to the target. So all that means is you're over the ball playing with your grip, back out and redo the grip again, okay? Good. Yep, perfect. Good. Now make your swing. Much better process. See how there's less thinking involved? It's more kind of getting more habitual as you go. So many things to golf, and this is only one club. There's 14 of them. Good. Grip looks great. I can see that palm on top. It looks fantastic. Good. Make your feet stance adjustment if you're crowded. Good. Now make your swing. Almost. It's all right. Again, I know it's not going to be perfect right now, but the goal, like I said, our goal is to get 2 or 3 good shots like we got already. 'Cause last time you got 1, now you got 2 or 3. Stack on top of that every single time you come. Good. Almost. Got to find that sweep. You what? Bring 1 at a time, because you bring 5 over there, you'll hit 3 or 4 of them at once. I've seen it happen. And then, so see how everyone puts their trays in front of their golf balls over there? Worst thing you can do. Because if you miss one and it goes into those balls, that tray explodes. Always put the tray behind your golf balls. Notice how all my stack of golf balls are behind? You'll never hit that stack. But everyone else puts it right next to them, and once a day I see a ball just go, oh, it's so fun to watch. No, I would doubt anybody out here right now is going to put one over the fence. You'll hear it, trust me. Better. Oh, you're playing with your grip there. Reach back out. Up. See? Separate the process, because grip posture stance is different from your swing, right? It's your setup into your swing routine. Good. Don't forget to reset your feet right now. There you go. Now swing. Almost. A little behind the ball. I'm sure they are. The longer you swing, too, the tighter they're going to want to get. That's the trick, being able to stay soft and relaxed. Yeah, you should. It's for the left hand, too. You're a right-handed golfer, glove goes on your left hand. Okay? I'm sure they do. Good. Good. Reset the stance a little bit so you can get in the room. Good. Now smooth up. Sweep the ground. Stick the finish. Better. Hit the side of the golf ball. Let's get 1 more good one, then we'll call it a day, yeah? I think it's that time. It's pretty sure that time. Time flies. Do you want to do card again, or?
Oh, sure.
So whatever works for you guys. No, take your time. You're going to do it right here. Oh, you hit 4 inches behind that thing. So you're hitting behind the ball or in front of the ball? Mm-hmm. Almost. No sweep. So that means you're standing up a little bit. So the top of your swing, you're doing this. You're getting here, and you're like, okay. Keep your chest. Kind of keep your spine at a bend more up. Yes, better. Almost. Try it again 1 more time. Stay down on the ball. Bow more. There you go. Yeah. Swing. Had no problem hitting the ground there, right? Good. Almost.